I'm just getting absolutely shredded up out here by vines and various things. It's you know, it's an adventure. Okay, so I'm getting all cut up by vines and stuff out here. In certain spots, the vegetation gets pretty thick. Whew. It's really hot out here. I mean, it's definitely 90 degrees at least. I think we're gonna have to find a different way to get through. Oh, okay, that spider web. Sorry about that. This is some really dense country back here. You can see why it's so hard for a lot of people to find this place. These are bits of brick left over from some of the buildings in the logging town of Centralia, Florida. Just stumbled upon them, literally almost missed them going through here. And actually right over here there's a bit of scrap metal. I'm not exactly sure what it's from. So I'm gonna keep looking. I know that I'm on the right track. This is a pretty good area to look. So we'll see what I can find out here. Centralia was a short-lived boom town that was born in 1910 and died in 1922. It was located just over 4 miles north of Weeki Wachee Springs, alongside what we now know as US 19. Roughly 2,000 people lived in Centralia. They had a schoolhouse, a church, a theater, and many other essentials you'd expect of a small town. Everyone who lived here or in the nearby settlement of Wisconsin depended on the mill. So here we have an old bucket or pan of some sort. I'm not exactly sure what it was used for. Maybe for collecting turpentine when that industry was still big. And right beside it, over this way, there are some more fragments of bits and pieces of brick from one of the buildings right alongside the foundation from where a building once stood. You can see a lot of the bricks are still here in their original location, untouched, since this place was actually still a booming and bustling town where people lived. Now, I've come out here and I've looked for this logging town in the past, and I've had no success. So the fact that now I've found this much evidence and I'm actually pretty much right on the doorstep of this place is very exciting to me. All right, so let's see what's up ahead. More bricks. We're definitely getting warmer. Just like the western boomtowns that thrived on silver and gold, Centralia's downfall and inevitable demise came with the exhaustion of their lumber source. They harvested so many cypress trees that soon there were all but none left to cut. The sawmill, the lifeblood of their town, fell silent, and soon this silence spread like a pestilence. The town was abandoned and left to be reclaimed by nature. Okay, so I'm definitely getting pretty excited now. The further I go in this direction, the more and more frequently I'm seeing little pieces of brick and various scrap metal fragments. So I definitely know that I'm going the right way. So before too much longer, we should definitely find something a little bit more substantial. I'm just stoked right now. So here's another piece of that unidentified scrap metal. It's pretty hard to tell just what exactly these things were used for, but it's laying right next to another one of the bricks. And then over in this direction, more bricks and a larger piece of scrap metal. Okay, so there's another spot up ahead that looks pretty promising. I'm gonna go check it out. There is actually a bit of the ground that is raised up higher than the rest, and it doesn't look natural. It looks like something that was done by human hands. So let's go check it out. Okay, here's more bits of pieces of brick left over from the buildings. Been here quite a long time. Some of them have been completely overtaken by moss. And then here's another one. And here's the piece of the ground raised up in question. More bricks. We're definitely getting warmer. We have come to the right spot. So at this point, there's really only one piece left of this puzzle, and that is actually finding the ruins of the sawmill itself, which supposedly is the largest piece of ruins in this area. So I'm gonna keep searching for that, you know, and this is a lot of work out here. I mean, look at my shirt. Just completely drenched with sweat. Okay, so last time I came out here, I kind of ran out of time before I found the sawmill. So I've come back, I have a group now, and we're actually going to fan out and we're going to search for it.
Hi, my name's Chris.
And I'm Ryan.
Chris, coincidentally, showed up right as we did, also looking for Centralia. He came wielding a spear for rattlesnakes. You can tell during some of the rainier months of the year, this place just completely floods out. So I don't think it's recent, but we've got some signs of coyote activity in the area. Or, you know, chupacabra or whatever you believe in. There's just a lot of bones scattered all over the ground. So I don't know if you can see this, but right in front of me is just one of the largest spider webs that I've ever seen in my entire life. In the company of one of the largest banana spiders I have ever seen. So this is probably the single largest artifact of any kind that I have come across so far. So it's actually decently heavy. We've got another tree stand for hunting. Okay, so I've climbed up the tree stand and I'm just trying to get a good vantage point of the area. I'm having a pretty difficult time locating the sawmill, actually. There's just so much vegetation out here. Everything's brown and green and covered in moss, and it all kind of blends together. It's hard to find what you're looking for until you're right on top of it. Hey Ryan.
Yeah.
Any luck?
Not yet. We're still searching. Found a couple foundations for homes, but nothing about the sawmill yet. Still searching.
Just trying to show you how dense it is back in here. There's just vines all over the place. What's that? There's something up ahead. What is that? Is that just a rock or? No, it's flat on this side. That's a pretty good-sized broken piece of a building. Now I definitely think we're in the right place for the sawmill. It's gotta be back in here somewhere. So this is what I'm having to go through to get through out here. And this is just perfect rattlesnake country. Look at this spider. Sorry about that.
You good?
And more spider webs to avoid. These things are literally everywhere out here, and they are just absolutely massive. Oh, I see evidence up ahead. You find something?
Just come straight across that empty pond. Where we started out at. Because that's what I ended up doing. I backtracked around and came around it.
You found it? Yeah. Here we are. We were close. Yeah, good job. Look at
This is crazy. Look at all these ferns. This is the sort of thing you'd expect to see when looking for ruins out in the woods. All the ferns and the moss all over everything.
everything's overgrown.
This here is part of the mill site. There's another one of the extra large chunks of stone there from the structure. Oh, this is cool.
Oh, this opening is beautiful.
Oh, here's the wall that we were looking for.
Yep. Wow, the sawmill was huge, huh? It went all the way from over here to over here.
So now we're definitely in the most exciting part of our adventure, where we have actually found the sawmill site. Oh, whoa, okay. I didn't need to become that spider's friend.
Be careful about poison ivy around here.
Watch where you step because there's indentations in the ground.
Hey, are we still in Florida, or did we somehow end up in some Mayan ruins somewhere? You know, interestingly enough, the Mayans were wiped out in largely the same way as the Centralia settlement was. Similarly to those that once lived here at Centralia, the Mayans chopped and burnt down forest at an alarming rate to make room for agriculture. They also required massive amounts of wood to fuel the fires that cooked lime plaster, which they used to build their structures and other constructs. They continued deforesting until the local environment was no longer able to sustain their society. So here we have the log flume, where they would actually use water to float the logs down. There's a little bit of engineering that overcame their lack of technology back then. There's actually a lot more left of this place than I expected there to be. So here we have what very possibly was a well of some sort. You know, without having all the actual facts about this place, without having actually been here, it can be pretty hard to guess just what exactly some of the things out here were used for in that time period. Here's a continuation of the log plume, which actually allows them to float logs in what at one point was a pond, but is now completely dried up. I'm assuming this was man-made to help them have a place to store their logs. And there's still a few cypress trees here, which back in those days wouldn't have been as large as they are now, and would not have been ready to be harvested. If you enjoyed this video and want to go for more adventures, follow us on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube. And be sure to check back for more Florida in Ruins. Thanks for watching.